And now we go live to Jeff Abbot, who is an independent journalist based in Guatemala. We've been following this story for a while. Jeff, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Firstly, what does Jimmy Morales' win mean, and what can we expect in the second round of runoff?
Well, really, the Jimmy Morales' win yesterday represents that the Guatemalan population is really frustrated with the politics as usual. And in a way, they were looking for a candidate that was familiar. And Jimmy Morales, who was presenting himself as an anti-establishment candidate, someone who was outside the political system, was able to run with it and was able to garner the votes that he needed to win.
Jeff, can you describe the word on the streets as it pertains to Jimmy? For example, there's a quote that he made on Sunday. It says, "I might not be the most capable person, but what Guatemala needs today is to get back to believing in itself. We are going to fight corruption emphatically." Can you describe the support that he's garnered as he's running for president?
Can you actually say that one more time? I wasn't able to understand.
Do you need me to repeat the quote?
Scrambled.
Did you hear the quote that I quoted?
One more time, sorry.
All right, Jeff. The quote from Mr. Morales was, "I might not be the most capable person, but what Guatemala needs today is to get back to believing in itself. We are going to fight corruption emphatically." How do you describe the support that Mr. Morales has gotten as he runs for president?
Well, the thing about Jimmy Morales is that he, in many ways, he's a frontman for another force in Guatemalan society. He comes from a nationalist background, but he also has deep ties with the military, and that comes out within within his campaign and within his rhetoric. His rhetoric is very much tied around the Guatemalan state, the Guatemalan people. And in many ways, this is really influencing how he interacts. And like I said, you know, Guatemalans are looking for something different. They voted for Jimmy Morales, but in many ways, people don't trust him. They see that there's something else behind his words, and many people voted yesterday in order to have the right to be able to protest in the future. And you know, in many ways, the Guatemalan population, they may have voted for him, but they really don't believe in him. He's just he's the better candidate of all the horrible candidates.
So they're more voting just against the traditional politics. Well, after the fall from grace of former President Otto Perez Molina, so to speak, last week in corruption scandals, does this election change Guatemala, do you think, Jeff? Or is it more of just the same?
It's going to be more of the same. That's the sad reality of what's happening here. Really, like I said, there's other forces behind Morales that have brought him to this place of power, and that is really what's going to be driving. That's really what's going to be driving things. It's not going to be as blatant necessarily as it was under Otto Perez Molina, but it will be more of the same. And many protesters are recognizing this. They knew that the election was going to bring into power somebody who wasn't necessarily the best candidate. And they knew that, you know, that they weren't going to get the reforms they needed before the elections. So really, this is just the beginning of a bigger movement, of a deeper crisis, really. The Guatemalan people recognize it. A lot of observers are beginning to recognize it. So time will tell what's going to come of that.
Thank you so much, Jeff. It's been great getting your perspective. We hope to catch up with you a bit later on. That was Jeff Morales, an independent journalist in Guatemala.